I don't know who needs to hear this, but I want to talk about a blind spot that we have in relationships. We have this thing called confirmation bias. I laugh because it was a blind spot for me in my marriage, and my husband and I, we do like marriage enrichment. So on Friday nights, we do something that's going to build us up, whether it's having fun or watching something, learning something, spending quality time, all of that. But we were listening to this woman, Esther Farrell, and look her up. She's good, great to follow, great in terms of learning about relationships and how we function in that space. But she was talking about confirmation bias. So what is it? We tend to make judgments about each other, and then as we live and as we watch, we seek to find things that are happening that support that bias. For example, she's dirty, right? That may be the bias that you have. Mama didn't teach her to clean. She don't clean right. She leaves stuff all around, right? Or she or he, whatever, in a marriage. And so you make that determination about your spouse or about your significant other. And every single time they do that, you say, yup, see, that's right. I'm right about that. That confirms my bias. That confirms my thought. But what you seem to dismiss or ignore is all the times they're not like that. When they do clean up, when they do pick up after themselves, when they are on time, when they are loving, whatever the bias is, whatever the determination or judgment that you've made about them is, that gets dismissed, or that's chalked up to just being one time, or chalked up to be, oh, well, she only did that because of this, or he only did that because of that, right? Now, a flip side, when you leave stuff unclean, it's because you were rushing. When you don't pick up after yourself or leave something on the floor or something like that, it's situational, right? Your hands were full, or you had so many other things on your plate that day or that moment, and you had to run it. So it's all situational for you, but it's more of a characterization of them, of the essence of who they are. This is who they are. This is what they do, right? How unfair is that? How unfair is that? And it's a blind spot that many of us have, and we have to be careful to give people the benefit of the doubt. Give people the grace to grow. Give the people that we love in our life the opportunity to grow. So sure, they may do stuff every once in a while, but that doesn't mean that that's how they are all the time, or that's how they're going to always be. Depending on how long your relationship is, your person that you're with has changed several times already. They're not the same person that you met, not the same person that they were with you the first year or the first 3 years or the first 15 years, right? We change. You're not the same person, right? There are things that have improved that you forgot about, that you don't even pay any attention to. So, confirmation bias is a real thing. Consider it when you're making a judgment about the person that you love, on if you're being fair and if it's all the time, or if you need to give them the benefit of the doubt and give them the grace to grow. Doesn't mean you can't share your concerns. Doesn't mean that you all can't have discussions about, things that cause you discomfort, that cause you displeasure, or things that make you feel a certain way based on their behaviors. Doesn't mean you can't have those conversations. It just means when you're making a judgment, when you're making a pronouncement on a person, find out if you've got some confirmation bias going on there. Find out if you excuse yourself for the same things that you don't excuse them for. Yeah? Gotta be careful. All right, so this is not your issue. You got this you got this under control. This is not what you do. Well, shoot it over to somebody who you think can use it. In doing so, You just may be the catalyst for changing something very important in their lives. All right, guys, I love you to the moon.